She's a professor at UC Berkeley. She was among the silence breakers who were named Time Person of the Year in 2017. And I think her work on belief formation is critical in the current world that is inundated with misinformation. So take it away, Celeste.
Thank you so much, Gary. Thanks for the introduction. That is what I'm going to talk about. My lab at UC Berkeley studies how humans form beliefs and build knowledge in the world. In particular, we focus on how humans navigate the vast seas of all the possible information that they could try to make sense of in the world. 1 second. Oh, sorry, little delay. The thing that I'd like to emphasize today is that algorithmic bias is not only problematic for the direct harms that it causes, but also for the cascading harms of how it impacts human beliefs. This is problematic because there are systems interfacing with people every day, embedded seamlessly in our lives. These systems drive human beliefs in sometimes destructive and likely irreparable ways. What our research has shown is that people don't learn deeply about most things. People have to make up their minds quickly in order to act. And once a person has made up their mind about something, they don't easily revise. Cognitive mechanisms kick in that dissuade them from revisiting the same topics, likely in the interest of focusing instead on new things. With that knowledge about how people work in mind, now consider content recommendation AI. Content serving algorithms on news and social media recommend content based on likelihood of user engagement, thus leading users to see content that espouses homogeneous and sometimes rather wild beliefs. This is especially problematic when users go to these sources while they are unsure, in order to collect information that they're going to use in order to make up their minds. These systems run the risk of pushing users towards stronger, inaccurate beliefs that, despite our best efforts, are very difficult to correct. Here's just one more example. Amazon and LinkedIn have both been caught employing technologies that promote men and filter out qualified women job candidates. But the harms went beyond just the particular women in these pools. These systems almost certainly impacted the beliefs of the recruiters that were using the systems. If their searches didn't turn up qualified women, they likely concluded that qualified women didn't exist, when in truth, it was a bias in the applicant selection system. The point here is that biases in AI systems reinforce and strengthen biases in the people who use them. I want to close by saying that right now is a terrifying time for ethics in AI. The termination of Timnit Gebru from Google marks a dark turn. Even after Me Too and the 2020 Black Lives Matter protests, it's clear that private interests will not support diversity, equity, and inclusion. It should horrify us that the control of algorithms that drive so much of our lives remain in the hands of a homogeneous, narrow-minded minority. What Timnit experienced at Google is the norm. It's hearing about it that's unusual. It's also, unfortunately, the norm that people who speak about inconvenient truths to power are discarded. They're quietly pushed out by institutions like Google, who, if caught, pretend that people like Timnit did something wrong. This manipulates everyone's beliefs into thinking that underrepresented people are underrepresented because they cause trouble, not because institutions themselves discriminate. But you should listen to Timnit and countless others about what the environment at Google was like. Jeff Dean should be ashamed. The rest of us have a responsibility to see this for what it is and insist that it stop. Thanks.
Thank you very much.